Myself, Sunil Ramakrishnan. Basically, today we are going to talk about the expenses of the software, cost of the software, part 4. Basically, in this, basically, we are going to discuss about few investment of the banking industry they do. Basically, bank takes our money. Basically, for example, there are 1 crore of software professionals. Basically, they and their salary is more than 10 lakh per month. 12 lakh per month, basically, we can say, or basically 12 lakh per annum, basically, we can say. So basically we will take per annum only, basically. So basically they are going to pay some amount, basically, to the tax department, basically. So to the tax department, tax department, so basically they pay the amount to the bank, and bank says that we have investing your money to many areas, basically. For example, if bank says that that your text box, basically, which is you are using, that is costing 1,000 cities. 1,000 cities means basically whenever you are using that text box, that time basically 1,000 cities are connected with the text box. Same way, 1,000 cities means, in short, from 1,000 city investment done by the bank, that text box is getting display, basically. So like this, basically, this 1,000 city is the investment of the software industry, basically. The software industry's investment is this 1,000 cities, basically, because your money is getting invested in these 1,000 cities. So that's so that basically our internet user can able to view the text box, basically. If these cities are getting problems, then basically the text box might not get display also. This type of things basically never has came, basically, because basically nobody knows that this text box is created from the 1,000 cities, basically. That's why. And the another thing, basically, there where the bank do the investment, that is basically if loop is, if in conditions are there, basically in coding part, basically we takes if condition, if else, if else, if else, if else. For loop is there, while loop is there, each and every conditions are there, na? We are taking the condition. So that if loop, for loop, basically that is also taken 500 more than 1,000 cities. So basically your if conditions for loop are working, reason is that 1,000 city has been invested, basically. So basically banking people have invested your money in that 1,000 cities. That's why your if conditions are also working, your for loop is also working. Each and every for loop is working. Basically, for example, I'm taking the for loop 10, while loop 10 times. So the basically 10 times the loop is going to be occur, basically. That is working. Reason basically is that 1,000 city has been invested. That 1,000 city is created just to create this while loop and for loop. Basically, 1,000 cities has been used, basically. Basically, this 1,000 city is just taken as an example. So basically, your money of the software industries are getting invested in these text boxes, combo boxes, check boxes, radio buttons, while loop, for loop. Basically, this everything is created from the cities. Basically, city creations happened, and these conditions all basically creation happens. Basically, you can say like that also. For example, if condition is working, if I say that your if condition in this coding in .NET, PHP, Python, SAP, Salesforce, everything contains if condition for loop, that is working. Reason is that 1,000 city has been created. So basically, that's 1,000 city has created, basically. So your investment of the money of the tax, basically, are getting used in this creation, basically. So basically your each and every if condition, while loop, for loop, each and everything is getting display. Reason is that city has been created, and that city is connected with your this if condition and while loop. Basically, you never know, basically, that if I will tell that if condition, while loop, for loop, basically is created from the 1,000 cities, from 1,000 cities investment done by the banking industry, nobody will believe this, basically. But this is the fact, basically. If your text box is getting display, That is on the base of that thousand cities. Basically, that thousand cities created by the investment team of the software industry. Basically, so basically, software core. Basically, you can say that is basically that thousand cities. Basically, so basically, your text box is getting display due to that thousand cities. So basically, actually cost a lot. Basically, this has been cost. So basically, the here basically in part four, basically we have discussed about the if conditions, while loop, for loop, basically that has costed lot of things, lots of money. So mostly more, if one city is costing 4 to 5 lakh crore rupees or dollar, then basically you can just imagine how many amount has been cost to create this just for just if loop, while loop, for loop. Basically you can just imagine, basically it has taken more than 1,000 cities, and 1,001 cities creation is actually more than 4 to 5 lakh crore. So you can just imagine, basically. So this is about the software expense software. This basically I want to tell, that's why, because the software, that 2,000 rupees cost basically we have taken. So that all 2,000 cost, in that 2,000 cost, that in 2,000 basically this all cost are also included. Basically that's basically this all cost basically is getting into that long term cost. Basically you can say long term basically in part 2, basically part 1 on part 2 in costing software expense. Basically I have taken already taken the example. So basically, this was also about the one of the software costing, software expenses, part four. Basically, so basically, this is Sunil Nair signing off. In next part, basically, we are going to see few more costing, industry costing parts, basically, which is getting taken into picture. Basically, so this is Sunil Nair signing off for just.